for that. What do you think at that point?
Thank you. Thank you. Especially because, that last-minute dive, you obviously think that you have it. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect. And then, it goes high. And I see Laney go for it, and there's no doubt in my mind that she's going to get it. So as I'm saying thank you, I have, no doubt that you're gonna run that ball down. So it was more just, that's our team. We just hustle for everything. As I was like, thank you, Laney. Thank you.
Laney, as out of Foley, are you thinking anything, or are you just reacting? What's going on in your mind during the play like that?
I feel like most of the time I just react. I don't know. I feel like because it was a big hit, I know that nobody was behind me to cover it. Usually if I'm covering an outside, I know at least someone's behind me. But she was hitting out of the back row, so I knew that no one was going to be back there. So, I want my teammates' stats to be good. So.
Appreciate you.
One of the only knocks, I guess, on the team, just some of the first sets in recent matches haven't been as dominant as they could be. And you guys do what you did tonight. Just what was different, and how important is doing something like that going forward?
I don't know. Well, I think the vibes have been really high all day. Even our stat guy came up to me in the middle of in the beginning of the second set and was like, "Why are the vibes so high today?" And I was like, "I don't know. We're just excited to play." But I just think that is an everyday thing, and even if it doesn't look like it in the first set, the vibes are just really high every single day we come in this gym because we know we get an opportunity to play. So I just think that, I don't know, today maybe the vibes were extra high.
I also think, every team brings different battles, and so I think, obviously, we could have been dominant in other games in, first two sets, but I also think that, we're growing in just different aspects of our game. Even if it doesn't look pretty, that's going to pay off in December when, things actually are starting to get tough against, these really good teams. We're prepared for that and have those, those goals set and accomplished throughout.
Laney, you mentioned that you want your teammates' stat lines to be good. Did you look at Andy's?
9 and 9.
Oh. She hit 9 for 9?
Dang. Sorry.
Why didn't y'all want to talk to her?
What was it like watching her tonight and just, kill every ball she swung at?
I'm just not surprised at all. Every time Andy goes up, I think that she expects and, we just kind of know and trust that she's probably going to get a kill or get them out of system. So we have a lot of trust in her, and I think that she's just playing so well right now and just doing so amazing. So I'm just not surprised that she went 9 for 9.
Season high hitting despite everybody playing, rotating a ton. What does that say about this team that you can have people coming in and out and hit like that as a team?
I just think that Bergen said it before, when we play in practice, so 6-on-6, we're playing the two best teams in the country, whether you're a starter regularly or you're not. I think that everyone has opportunity to go in, and I think what's different about our team is that we're very selfless, and it's we go in and we always say there's no drop off. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, you have the same Nebraska standard that everyone else has, and so I feel like that's what makes us kind of special, is that we have trust in everyone, no matter how old you are or how much experience you have.
Guys, this is a kind of an interesting point in the season because you're not quite to the postseason, you're not quite getting the Final Four vibes yet, but you're also not playing the biggest high-level match. How do you guys kind of stay mentally engaged this part of the year like you did tonight?
I think just being at this part of the season for the third time now, I think it's really easy to drop off at this part because it gets really monotonous and you can get tired of doing the same things over and over again. But I think that Dani does a really good job, and our team chemistry is so strong. And it just makes it so fun to come in every single day. So it's I know for me, this is my third year doing this, and I haven't felt tired yet of coming in the gym. I'm not oh, I don't want to go to practice, I'm tired, I want to sleep. No, I want to go to practice, I want to see my teammates, I want to play with them every single day. So I just think that I'm just not ready for the season to be over yet. I'm just having so much fun.
Being my first season, usually this is where kind of high school is over, where I think I have my state, finals week, next week. But, I think something that's really, really cool about this team is that we're best friends on and off the court. So it makes it, as she said, really fun to come into the gym. And I also think that our team's just hungry. Our team, no matter if we win, if we beat these teams, keep them under 10, we're still working to get better every day. And, it's the little things so that in December we're prepared to play those tougher teams and hopefully bring home a bigger championship.
Or was it like being able to see former club teammates in the Big Ten and share a moment like you did before the match?
Oh, it's so fun. It's weird. It's I don't know how to say this. It's so weird because then I feel old and I'm oh my gosh, I haven't seen you forever. But I'm no, I've seen you 8 months ago. I just feel ancient, honestly. at the ripe age of 19.
Teraya, you guys didn't have an attacking error in the first set. What does it say about Bergen and then Campbell coming in and continuing that streak?
I just think our setters work really hard to put us in the best position possible. I mean, we had a really good passing day, and even when it's a little off, I still think they're working their butts off to put us in those positions. And I think that, it's a huge testament to Dani and just working with them. I mean, those are the two best setters in the country, I believe. And I think that they're just like, if there's ever a disconnect, they're the first people to reach out and like try to figure it out, especially like with how fast we run our offense and the different routes. Like, it's really easy to kind of get lost in translation. So I really think that they work really hard to get that connection with our hitters. And us passers too. I think like they work really hard on giving us credit when, credit's due.
Laney, how motivated is Taylor for this potentially one last time?
I mean, I think she's excited, but kind of how we take each opponent is like it's another opponent, another challenge. So I think that she's excited, obviously, to go play there, and I was committed there. So like, it's kind of weird for me too to like go in there and see it, but I don't know. They're just another opponent that we need to stay focused on and be ready to compete.
Laney, career high 20 digs tonight. Did you feel was the way that they were attacking that gave you a lot of extra opportunities, or just you were energized and covering a lot more court?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like teams recently haven't really been hitting to me as much, and I don't know if that's what it is, if our block is just set up so beautifully, but yeah, they were giving me a lot of opportunities, and I was just taking them when they came to me. But yeah, it's really easy to set up around our block because they're just always like so set where they need to be, and so I can just set up around it and do my job. So when my team is doing their job so well, it's really easy to do my job.
What does that do for you when you're touching so many, you're involved in so many more plays? What does that do for you?
Gets me hyped up a little bit, but I would say like I'd rather my teammates get a kill off of it so that I can celebrate them because you don't really get to celebrate a dig that much. So whenever my team gets whenever my team gets a kill off of like a dig or something, I get really excited because I kept it off the ground, I guess. I don't know.
You mentioned the vibes were high. Obviously, you guys won again. How important is it to keep those vibes high, knowing each and every opponent you guys get is going to be giving you all?
Yeah, I mean, that's really expected, is that when teams come to play us, they're going to give it their best shot. But I think we're handling it really well this year, and we're competing really, really hard in practice. So my dad always said that practice should be the hardest thing you do so that when you get to the game, it feels easier. But I don't know. I think that this team's just doing such a good job of being positive and taking everything with a grain of salt. And even if it's not perfect, we're making it work. So I think that makes it easier to continue to keep the vibes high for the rest of the season, especially as we get to postseason.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Before we get started, I just wanted to say we passed the 263 by our stats. Very good tonight.
No aces.
No aces. All right.
Questions?
How much does the team feed off of Laney's energy when she's on the court?
Well, I thought tonight it was pretty huge and apparent. I mean, Illinois could not get a tip down, and that's like the biggest energy suck when you let tips drop. So Laney was picking them up from everywhere, and I think she did an awesome job just taking charge of that from the get-go.
To have a big set where you don't have an attacker and jump out to an 8-1 lead or whatever it was, how good was that to see?
It was really good. I gave credit on the postgame radio show to Macy. She came up with one of our group team goals tonight was to have Illinois call a timeout before the media timeout. So I thought that was a great goal, and it was fun to see us accomplish that and give her some props. But I think it's always a challenge because it's very easy to get into a match and try to feel out another team. But we didn't do that tonight. We came out and played great, and I thought kind of what we planned to do worked really well, and we stuck with it.
Ever had a hitter go hit 1,000?
I think maybe once.
How incredible is that?
Yeah.
Connect on all 9
I
swings.
was like, I didn't even know who did that. Andy? Okay, that's really good.
You didn't know?
No, not until you just said that. So it was awesome. Yeah. Great job, Andy.
And this is kind of an interesting part of the season. It's, you're not quite to the postseason yet. Maybe not the biggest matches you're going to play all season, but how have you kind of worked to keep the team mentally engaged right now?
I don't really feel like that myself or the staff's done anything different or anything that, new. The team's taking care of business, and they're the ones that come and focus every day, and I think our leadership's been good, and I think they continue to be hungry. I also think the depth of this team helps. Like I've said all year, it helps when you're in practice. Practices are really tough, and even in November, you saw tonight, like the positions are still pretty thin of the changes we can make. So you got to work hard every day, or somebody else can get it done. And I also feel like our team knows it's just a matter of time before we really get pushed, and they're trying the best they can to stay ahead of that.
How significant is that passing number to hitting 480?
I think it's pretty significant. I thought we passed really well. We had scouted Illinois to be a pretty good serving team, and so to come out and pass great and then have that translate to such a big number, especially in that set one, was pretty huge for us.
Done a few times now, but what does it say about the team? You subbed a bunch, tried a bunch of different things, and there was no let up, and again, you hit a season high.
Says a lot about this team and that they're all ready to go and they trust each other and they understand, why we're doing it, and it could, be something we have to use in December. But we talked about it as a staff between games 2 and 3. Like, are we crazy? It's November to completely switch outsides, but we do it every day in practice. So it felt like, okay, let's go for it.
You guys didn't have a hitting error in the first set, and then Campbell came in at 18-7 and continued that streak. What does it say about her, and how difficult is that to come off the bench and keep the offense still running really well?
I think as a setter, it's super difficult, and you're not warm, you're not out there in the flow, and for her to come in and continue that percentage, just hats off to like mentally staying ready. Also, like if she can do that repeatedly, it's just going to make her stronger when she's a starting setter and understand what it takes to get out of ruts, and it's just like flexing her, mental muscle, for lack of a better term.
Laney finished with 20 digs. Is that a product of her floor coverage, or was Illinois, their offense was kind of...
She was picking up tips, and I think that was definitely her floor coverage, and probably some tips that were other players, but, our liberos have green light to get as much as they possibly can, so she took that to heart tonight.
When she makes a play like she did in that second set where she laid out to get the rejection from Teraya, are you used to that yet, or is that just another Laney making a play like she does?
I felt like that was, it was a little bit different because it was a cover ball, so it's like you're really protecting your teammate and saving them from an error and keeping the play going. So, those are even more electric, in my opinion, than just a nice dig.
No questions? All right.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.